sometimes I go on TikTok, and TikTok's interesting. I usually go on to catch up on my true crime. I've been following the Idaho murders case lately. That's a good one. But a lot of times on TikTok, I just see these like crazy conspiracy theories about me, or just all these people. I'm not too popular on TikTok, I guess. But there was a woman that I guess destroyed me. I guess I have been destroyed on TikTok, and I'm very excited to see it. I guess she gave me some logic and facts, and I'm super excited to see it. Enlighten me, feminist.
The people that believe in divorce, go be in long-term relationships. Leave marriage for the people that actually believe in for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health, till death do us part.
Do you know what drives me nuts about this clip? It's that she's operating off a premise that women are getting married with the intention of getting divorced. But they're not making commitments with the intention of breaking them. They're just making commitments to men who are careful not to reveal themselves until after the wedding is over. And that happens because of how seriously women take their commitments. They fight so hard to keep their families together, and they've been conditioned to be the one who feels fault if it fails. And people can end up taking advantage of that. Women end up staying when they should probably leave because they've been sold the myth of the infamous rough patch, and they keep telling themselves it will get better despite the fact that it keeps getting worse. They sacrifice themselves for what they've been told is the good of the family. So these women end up being abused because of how sacred they hold their vows, and yet you have the audacity to act like they're just walking away like it means nothing. They're not just walking away because he's poorer than the day they met. In fact, she usually gets a second job if he loses his and continues to cook dinner nightly. And that's also why she hasn't had her nails done in 7 years, if you even bother to ask her. Marriage vows mean so much to so many people, but you do not stand on an altar and say for better or for worse and to my own destruction. Women stay for the love they have for who that man used to be, or because their family threatens to disown them, or because a church told them that that's their duty, or because they have a child who looks up at them and asks them where daddy is at bedtime. This is not as easy as you make it out to be, and you need to stop shaming people for living a life you've never lived. You don't get to interpret someone's vows unless you've walked in their shoes and lived with their partner behind closed doors. Because for better or for worse should never mean staying in a situation that's worse than you ever could have imagined.
What? Well, let me get this straight. For better or for worse should not mean staying in a situation that is worse than you imagine. Well, when women imagine that marriage is going to be this Disney fairy tale that's so amazing and awesome, of course, I expect them to stay together, even if it's worse than they imagined. So let's go through her claims, okay? Because I wrote some of these down. 1, women are not getting abused left, right, and center. No. That is not the case, and I will have to beat this out of you guys. No, stop saying that women are the more likely party to be abused. Most abusive situations, the parties are abusing each other. Sorry, guys, but you attract what you are. If you are constantly attracting abusive partners, it is possible that maybe you are abusive as well. When it comes to one-sided abuse, where one party is hitting the other and they are not reciprocating, even with the underreporting that we know men underreport this stuff, women are more likely to be abusive than be abused. Women are just as abusive, if not more abusive, than men. The second thing that she points out, I want you to see how women view commitment. Men care about actions. Your intentions do not matter. I don't care if you took the vows and didn't intend to get divorced, if you still got divorced because you saw some TikToks. Sorry, this idea that women are leaving left and right for good reasons is just not true. Most of the time when women leave, it's because they are not submissive, they were not raised to be a wife, and they do not take their vows seriously. They were sold a Disney dream that their husband should have everything and will have no flaws, and are in a gynocentric social order that tells them they're amazing, special, and awesome all the time, and never talk about what they do wrong in a relationship. Women overwhelmingly do not fight for marriages. Men put up with fat wives, they put up with wives that do not sleep with them, and they put up with controlling wives, all because they care about the children. But women will divorce men because the man says, please don't go to the club, sweetheart. Or maybe you don't get your nails done for 7 years. Notice how in her language she talks about how getting your nails done is something you're entitled to, even though she hasn't had her nails done in 7 years. Ladies, why is this stuff so important? Why do you feel entitled to makeup, Botox, and getting your nails done? Once you have a child, it's not about you. We live in a me world. And they forget that really, when you have children, you're supposed to dedicate your life to those children. Your feelings don't matter anymore. And women overwhelmingly do not get a second job. Even in relationships that are closer to 50-50, the man still out-earn the women typically. So there were some comments, of me just getting destroyed, saying Pearl's just saying things to be honest. And you'll notice that most of my critics and detractors are overweight or older single women. Pearl doesn't think through what she's even saying. No, guys, I've actually thought it through completely. If you take a vow that says you are going to do something, you should do it. Women do not take it seriously in 2023. They like the idea of marriage, but when it comes to actually doing the hard stuff, they don't stick it out. So there was a woman that actually had a divorce party. Let's pull it up.
Gabby, what are we celebrating?
My divorce!
This is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting that you would celebrate the erosion of a family. Guys, when you grow up in a single mother home, you are more likely to go to prison. You are more likely to be a rapist. You are more likely to be a mass shooter. You are more likely to run away from home. You are more likely to be enrolled in a mental institution. You are more likely to drop out of high school. Every negative thing in society is linked to single motherhood. And yet women parade and cheer each other on as they do it. The last woman that was criticizing me said, it's not like women just do this for no reason. Yet we have women throwing parties about something that is genuinely sad, something that you are supposed to take seriously. How can we say women are taking this seriously when we are having parties celebrating it? That shit is disgusting. That is disgusting. In no world should you be celebrating a divorce. And it's interesting, guys. Notice that the comments section, when it comes from men, is a lot more honest than from women, because women comments tend to cheer this shit on, where male comments tend to really tell you how it is. So this guy, But Tobani, says, it doesn't look like she's happy about the divorce. That's how it looks to me, though. Another commenter says, I need a follow-up in a year to see if she sounds like Tyrese's ex. Yes, and a lot of women leave these situations thinking the grass is greener on the other side. They think that all the men that give them attention actually want to date them, when really they just want you for a weekend. They don't want you long term. I cannot stress this enough. The majority of single mothers do not remarry. And if they remarry, they are more likely to divorce than they are to stay with their partner. 15% roughly of single moms get remarried. 22% get a guy to live with them, meaning 60%, the overwhelming majority, do not remarry. And why does every single mother think that she is special? Every child you have with a man decreases your sexual market value by at least a point.